Hello, my name is Nikayla Kelly, and the first thing I will be talking about is the Lakota creation story by actor Lakota Museum Cultural Center. The quote I picked was, "He promised all will be well if all living things learn to live in harmony, but the world will be destroyed again if they made it bad and ugly." So basically, if they couldn't live in peace with one another, he would destroy the world again. And it kind of reminded me of the Bible when God destroyed everything besides this one man. He was the only one that had survived, and he made everything new again. The second one is The Journey of Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca by him. The quote I picked was, "We traveled over a great part of the country and found it all deserted, as the people had fled to the mountains, leaving houses and fields out of fear of the Christians. It's so crazy how the people who we supposed to learn from is the ones that's causing so much harm to everyone. Christians is people who God trusts to teach his followers the way to learn since he's not here with us physically. But the only ones the Indians really trusted was Devaka, because he wasn't trying to hurt them like how the Christians was. And he was also trying to convert them, but he used a different technique than the Christians also. And he was fighting alongside of the Indians and everything." And I have another quote from him. This one I picked is, "This clearly shows how the design of men sometimes miscarry. We went on with the ideal of ensuring the liberty of the Indians, and when we believed it to be assured, the opposite took place. The Spaniards had planned to fall upon those Indians we had sent back in fancy security and in peace, and that plan they carried out. Before Devaka left, he thought he was saving the Indians, but the Christians had a different plan, and they still attacked while Devaka wasn't there. They made sure he was far away from them so he couldn't see or hear them, because he knew that Devaka would come back and try to save them." And another one I picked is called "The Sinners in the Hand of an Angry God" by Jonathan Edwards. The quote I picked was, "You hang by a slender thread with the flames of divine wrath flashing about it, and ready every moment to singe it and burn it asunder, and you have no interest if any meditates, and nothing to lay hold of to save yourself, nothing to keep off the flames of wrath, nothing of your own, nothing that you ever had done, nothing that you can do to induce God to spare you one moment." He was basically telling people that if you sinned or did anything bad, God will not forgive you. Like, God is waiting for you to make the mistake so he can send you straight to hell. And I was taught different from that. I was taught that God loves you even though you make mistakes. As long as you repent and ask for forgiveness, is all said and done. He still loves you. And The Biblical Word of Jonathan Edwards by Douglas A. Swinney. He studied the Bible more than all other books and more than other divines do. So basically, when he was younger, he was reading the Bible at such a young age, and like they say, that's the only book he read. And he would sometimes not eat. Instead, he would be more into the Bible. So it's like he was fasting. He gave away something in return of the word from God. But I'll get to that later. Like I said, another one I got from the same one by Douglas is, he was often skip his dinner rather than be broke off from study. His devotion of the Bible did waver on occasions. In the main, though, it flourished to an exceptional degree. So he felt like he wanted to learn the Bible more than eat. So, like I said, he was kind of fasting in a way, which we all have in common as Christians. And another one I have, Enriched by Others, The Transitional Journey of Cabeza de Vaca. Cabeza de Vaca is a gifted and engaging storyteller whose work reveals a tradition from historiography to literature. I found this kind of interesting because in this reading, it was saying that he didn't really like the Indians, but in order to survive, he had to become like an Indian, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah. And The Binding and the Lakota Sundance. I thought this was really cute how they have their own thing, but it's kind of the same as us. But it says the main part of the Lakota Sundance consists of 4 days of ritual dancing by certain community members called pledges who have undergone proper preparations. The dancers refrain from food and water for the 4 days of the main ceremony. The dancers are led by the ancestors. And I said, to me, this was an interesting fact. It just shows how different people do their own religious things. In a way, they just like us. The Lakota Sundance is a prayer and sacrifice to keep their people from any danger. It's also like an internal fast, and like how some religions don't eat meat for a long period of time or a short period of time, or like how we go from not having social media. So yeah, and all these stories have something in common, that their religious belief. They all have different ways of showing and explaining it, but at the same time, we connect with each other. We still fast the same, we just do it differently. We also shouldn't judge anyone because of their belief. We should be more open and even learn from it. God made us who He wanted us to be. It's okay to be different than other people. We shouldn't pressure anyone into doing something they don't want to do. Like the 2 sources I used about Jonathan Edwards and the Lakota, they both did the no food and meat just to get closer to their God. And all 3 of them has like religious in them, and they all like had their own sacrifice of their own. And these are my works cited lists. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.